guys, I am doing the cosplay tag. I haven't been tagged, but I decided to do it anyway. So first thing I have to do is introduce myself. I am known in the cosplay world as RuhiNunchuck. I'm also known as I'm a cosplayer, but I mainly go by RuhiNunchuck or Ruhi-chan. Second question is, how did I get into cosplay? My friend Tokehata actually introduced it to me first. She showed me some pictures on risingsun.net of MetroCon, my Roshi site, from back in '05, I think it was. And she was just showing me pictures of it, and it seemed really cool seeing people cosplay as characters that I was familiar with. And then after I graduated, that was during high school, and I graduated in '06 and kind of lost contact with her and never actually got to go to a con. We were planning on going to MetroCon, but we didn't. But later that year, I started talking to my friend MOIRA YUME, and she kind of got me into it again. We had the same Japanese class in high school for Japanese 3, but I hadn't really talked to her in class, and we had kind of started talking online after I graduated, and she decided she'd help me make a costume for MetroCon '07. No, yeah. But things started falling through. I had to move. I couldn't make it, and the costume wasn't done. But then I finally moved to Orlando from my hometown, and I ended up going to JannyCon with MOIRA and Drew and my friend Twig-chan. And I actually, so that's what got me into cosplay. How long have I been cosplaying? I've been cosplaying since JannyCon 2007. That's when I did my first cosplay at a convention. How many cosplays have I done? Since then, I've done 12 cosplays. I have a cheat sheet. First one I did was Sexy no Jutsu Zabuza, a female Zabuza. I did Haruhi Suzumiya from Melancholy Haruhi Suzumiya, Ringo no Yamano from Air Gear, Mugo from the Final Fantasy universe, Sexy no Jutsu Gara, Sakura Haruno from Shippuden Naruto, Sung Mina from Soul Calibur 1, or also known as Soul Edge. I did Faith from Mirror's Edge, Fire Nation Suki, which is what I'm wearing right now, Gu from Jungle wa Itsumo Hare Nichi Gu. If you've never seen that anime, you need to watch it. I did Angel from Lilo and Stitch. She was in a couple of the episodes and I think one of the movies. And then I also cosplayed Sora at one point, but that costume never made it to a con and I don't have it anymore, but I do plan on doing it again someday. How do I get my costumes? I actually make most of my costumes. Some of my costumes, like Zabuza, Ringo, Faith, and Angel, all had store-bought parts to it, like shirts or whatever. Shirts, pants. Most of my shoes I end up buying for my cosplays. That's just, but I prefer to make them. What was my first cosplay? Why did I choose it, and how do I feel about it? My first costume that I actually wore was my Sexy no Jutsu Zabuza. It was a joke I had gotten my hair cut before JannyCon, and my friend Twig-chan and I were talking online, and I showed him a picture, and he jokingly said, "Hey, you could do a female Zabuza." And I'm just kind of like, I hadn't really watched much of Naruto, but I'd seen up to Zabuza, and he cosplays Zabuza, so I'm like, hey, I'll do a female Zabuza. Something easy, quick to do. It was only a couple weeks before JannyCon, and so I ended up doing it. That's why I chose it. How do I feel about it? It was a lot of fun to wear, but the mask didn't want to stay up, and my sword kept breaking. Of course, it's made of styrofoam, so I'm not surprised. And it was comfortable. I want to remake it and make it different, maybe. I don't know if I want to do that in my Gara, but it was fun to wear, but it's not my favorite. It was definitely a first cosplay. What is my favorite cosplay? My favorite cosplay is actually the one I'm wearing now. This is my Fire Nation Suki costume. I really love this costume because, one, I love the character. She's really cool. She fights with fans. I mean, that's awesome. And I was in a really big group in this costume. I wore this costume to my first out-of-state con in Texas with my gang at Koala Kitty and Princess Ray. And I just have a lot of really fun memories in this costume, and it's fun to wear, and just really like it. What is my favorite thing about cosplaying? I've got a couple things. The first thing is I love the community. I like the people when they're not causing drama. I've made so many awesome lifetime friends with this. I'm part of the group Bonsai, and I love all of them to death. They're like my second family. It's something fun to do. It's accomplishing when you get all the stuff, you have a heap of fabric in front of you, and a couple weeks/months later you have a full-blown costume. It's a great feeling. And the other thing is, it's like Halloween all year. You get to dress up as something you love several times a year, and that was just my cat knocking stuff down. Tsubaki, chill out. And it's a lot of fun. I really love it. Cosplay pet peeve. I think my biggest pet peeve is when people get the colors of a costume horribly wrong. Like, something's pink and they make it like fluorescent pink even though it's supposed to be like light pink. Or stuff like that. It's kind of just a thing with me. I think color accuracy is really important. Same with wigs. I kind of can't, like, when people don't have wigs, or their wigs are obviously not styled, or just completely wrong for the cosplay. I mean, I understand some people, like, can't afford nice wigs, don't know how to style it, can't afford commissions, but there's a line to some point, and that's just my opinion. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. And my most recent cosplay I actually did at MetroCon this year. It was Angel from Lilo & Stitch. My boyfriend and I had been talking about it, talking about Lilo & Stitch, and we both really loved the series and the movies, and we decided to do Angel and Stitch, but we did more humanized versions. It was a lot of fun. It was mostly store-bought. I did get to dye fabric for the first time, which was really interesting. And it was just something kind of simple, kind of fun. I enjoyed it. The makeup was kind of hard to get off, but I think it was worth it. I know there's only 10 questions, but I'm adding on one more, just because it's a good question, I think. My next planned cosplay, the definite one is Viola from Eternal Sonata. I'm planning on doing it with a group at MegaCon next year. Sooner than that, I'm just trying to decide between doing Final Fantasy X Riku or my original steampunk costume for EXP/Necronomicon, because we might be going to Necro over in the west coast of the state. But that's all I have. I have to tag people now, and they're going to hate me for this because I just tagged some of them for a cosplay maybe on DeviantArt. I'm going to tag my boyfriend, Rush the Red, Tokai Hata, Lily, and Fred Chan. I'm also going to tag a couple more people just because they need to do it. MOIRA, YUME, I know you're working on one, so maybe this will get you to post it. And the other one is Fantasy Revere. Gives you something to do. So this is my cosplay tag video. Thanks for watching, and see you around cons.